Alex and Eliza, A Love Story is a romance novel written by Melissa de la Cruz and published in 2017. The story is set in the late 18th century and revolves around the Schuyler family, who were once wealthy but had their New York home and land destroyed by the British Army. Philip and Catherine Schuyler, the parents, are left with no choice but to find suitable husbands for their three daughters, Angelica, Peggy, and Eliza. Eliza, the main character, falls deeply in love with Alexander Hamilton, who later becomes the President of the United States. However, due to Hamilton's lack of wealth and influence in his youth, the Schuyler family intervenes and separates them. Eliza is instead forced into an engagement with Henry Livingston, who is revealed to be a rapist. While Angelica and Peggy find wealthy suitors to marry, the family is torn between Alex's enduring love for Eliza and their conflicts with the violent Henry. The novel sheds light on how marriage was once an economic and social necessity, while suggesting that many women attempted to resist being treated as commodities, fighting for the freedom to be with those they loved. The first part of the book takes place in Albany, New York, at the Schuylers' estate, focusing on a single day. Alexander Hamilton arrives with a message summoning Eliza's father to court due to financial troubles. Eliza catches a glimpse of him on the staircase and is immediately intrigued by his powerful yet burdened position, as well as his striking appearance. That night, Alex and Eliza spend time together, and during a war pantomime, he gives her his handkerchief. However, an eavesdropper steals the handkerchief from Eliza and sends it back to Alex along with a forged message, falsely claiming that Eliza wants to meet him in the barn. Excitedly, Alex waits for Eliza, but she never arrives. 2 years later, Eliza leaves Albany and settles in Morristown. She resides in her Aunt Gertrude's home and dedicates herself to immunizing soldiers against the smallpox epidemic. Alex discovers that Eliza is relocating to Morristown and eagerly watches the sole road leading into town. As her carriage approaches, it unexpectedly breaks down. Alex seizes the opportunity to offer his assistance and drives her himself. However, their encounter takes a wrong turn when Alex confronts Eliza about the forged message and the handkerchief. Shocked and appalled, Eliza vehemently denies any involvement in such a disgraceful act. Although Alex apologizes, Eliza departs angrily. It takes several months before she warms up to Alex again, when he visits her for smallpox immunization. As the Schuylers' financial situation worsens, Angelica and Peggy also move to Morristown. They join the smallpox project, assisting in immunizing President Washington's key officials. One evening, Aunt Gertrude invites Alex and his friends to dine with the Schuyler sisters. Eliza connects with Alex on their shared abolitionist beliefs. After the gathering, Eliza, Peggy, and Angelica discuss their prospects for marriage. Peggy declares her intention to wed the immensely wealthy Stephen, while Angelica, though not particularly interested, plans to marry John. Eliza, however, begins to fall in love with Alex, despite knowing that her family would not approve of a marriage without substantial wealth. Alex's closest friend, Lawrence, departs to fight against the British Army in Charleston. Worried about Lawrence's safety, Alex seeks solace from Eliza. At his request, she accompanies him to the hospital, where they tend to wounded soldiers together. Upon returning home, Eliza finally confides in her sisters about her love for Alex. Aunt Gertrude arranges a second dinner, inviting Eliza, Peggy, and Angelica along with their respective suitors. During the meal, Angelica ridicules Alex for being a man of meager means. After Alex leaves, Angelica pulls Eliza aside and reveals that their mother has written, coercing Eliza into marrying Henry Livingston, a man she does not hold any affection for. Motivated to establish his own legacy, Alex goes directly to his overseer in Washington, expressing his desire to command a battalion and make a name for himself. Washington grants his request, providing him with the opportunity he seeks. However, as he intends to share the news with Eliza, he discovers her arranged marriage to Henry. Unbeknownst to Alex, Henry relocates the wounded soldiers from the barn to a dilapidated whorehouse to accommodate his bachelor party. Alex, determined to confront Henry and challenge him to a duel, heads to the barn but finds it empty. As he passes by Eliza's house, he hears her distressing scream. Without hesitation, he breaks into the house and discovers Henry attempting to assault her. Alex swiftly intervenes, restraining Henry's actions. At Eliza's request, he refrains from challenging Henry to a duel. In a resolute pursuit of love and protection, Alex embarks on a journey to the Schuyler family home, where he pleads with Eliza's parents to allow him to marry her instead. With their blessing granted, they all return to Morristown, determined to prevent Eliza's impending wedding to Henry. The story of Alex and Eliza concludes like a classic drama romance. They exchange their heartfelt vows, sealing their commitment, and embark on a joyous honeymoon in New York, celebrating their newfound union. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.